morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. The injury report for Monday's bonus practice had both good and bad news. Let's start with the good news first. Brandon Ayuk was back out at practice after missing week 3 with a shoulder injury, but his running mate, the other side, wide receiver Deebo Samuel, was not out at practice after sustaining sore ribs when he landed on the ball week 3 against the Giants. Dre Greenlaw also did not practice because of an ankle injury. Same can be said for Ambry Thomas, who has a knee injury. There was some dispute as to whether Jauan Jennings was practicing. Was he out there? Was he on a side field? But apparently there may be something else also going on with Juwan Jennings. Luckily, the 49ers do have some extra time. Obviously, having played on Thursday, this was just a quote-unquote bonus practice. So hopefully, when they get back out there Wednesday after their day off today, we'll have more of the consistent names out there. We'll have a better feel for who's actually going to be available against the Cardinals, which apparently is shaping up to be more of a game than we all thought it was going to be. Now, there was nobody at the podium yesterday, but there was locker room availability. And there was one soundbite I wanted you to hear, and it actually comes from Juwan Jennings, who I just like this little exchange with a reporter about the defense versus the offense.
How much fun are you guys having this year? I mean, with an offense that's really cooking, it's kind of been the defense that's gotten all the attention on this team the last few years, but now
we out here
there putting up a lot of points,
shaking and baking, man. That's what we do. We get in the end zone. I feel like our offense has always been this good. Like you said, our defense kind of steals the show, but that's all right, man. We play against those guys, every day at practice, so we understand how hard it is, and they make us better, and we do the same, man. That's all we focus on is taking what we do in the practice field to the game.
30 points a game for all 3 weeks. Christian McCaffrey looking like a possible MVP candidate. Deebo returning to wide receiver 1 form, and Brock Purdy throwing 2 touchdowns basically every single week. Yeah, I'd say there's plenty to talk about on the offensive side of the football for the 49ers, and it's great to see. You can have both. It doesn't have to be one or the other. The best teams have both, and the 49ers appear to be one of those teams, at least so far in the early going this season. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Tuesday. David Lombardi has a really cool story in The Athletic, all about the improvements that have come from the interior of the 49ers defensive line. Now, I know what you're thinking. They signed Javon Hargrave. Of course, the middle of the D-line is better. And yes, that's true, but David does a great job of pointing out it's not just Javon Hargrave that has improved along the middle of that D-line. It's other people around them, and it's having a very good effect on the rest of the D-line as a whole. I highly recommend you go read it. If you would like to do so, just click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, our good friend JT O'Sullivan is back at it again. Apparently, he's doing one of these every single week, and it's awesome. He broke down Brock Purdy's week 3 performance against the Giants. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. He does a great job of explaining how Brock handled all those blitzes from Wink Martindale. Again, he was blitzed on 85% of his dropbacks. So JT breaks down the good, the bad, maybe the offensive line didn't do the right thing, how Brock reacted to that. It's just a really cool video clip, and it's very easy to digest. You don't need to be a football expert or a film expert to do it, which is why I like it, because I am neither one of those things. That link will also be in the description of this episode. One thing you might have missed, happy 52nd birthday, John Lynch. No word on any celebrations or anything that took place, but remember, he did just get a multi-million-dollar contract extension last week, so I'd say that's a pretty good way to celebrate your birthday, wouldn't you? That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Stay tuned for the Bully Ball podcast with Steph Sanchez and Jason Aponte. That is going to be live on our YouTube page at, let's see if I can do the quick time change in my head, 8 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know why that takes me so long to do, but for some reason it does. 8 a.m. Pacific time, they will be live on the Gold Standard YouTube channel. If you click the little bell notification, you'll get notified right when we go live every single day. So you'll never have to remember the time or do the stupid conversion in your head, which apparently gives me trouble every single day. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.